Welcome to Telegram. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Even though I would really love to put this on YouTube. Who knows? What do you say, ladies? What should we talk about today? What should we scare the algorithms with today? Ooh, Facebook is him again. Ban him. Get rid of him. Kill him. String him up. Satanic denier. Bloody right I am. Oh my gosh, what's going on? What is happening right now? Let's talk about something serious. You know, alternative healers and the mainstream medicine practice, they're both fairly equal to this in some respects. Not always. A lot of fantastic healers out there, a lot of fantastic doctors out there and nurses, true too. But there is something in the ether, in the air, in the energy of the minds and the kind of programming that a lot of us have. Even though we might be alternative talkers, you know, we have to step back from it and think, wow, you know, I really have been programmed here, haven't I? Look at what I'm like. And I'll tell you what that is. And it's one of the biggest hoaxes of mankind. And I say a lot of us are equal to, you know, there's a reason why I say to people, you are your greatest healer. There is a reason for that. It's not just because it's true, but it's a reminder. Come a bit closer. It's a reminder of what is important, and that's truth. And we must never put our ego in the way, or our pride, or success, or greed, or power. Never. Not against organic truth. Don Tolman calls it the truest truth, and I'm going to give you a golden nugget of truest truth. The system is basically a business, a corporation, and a corporation is about profit. Tell me if I'm wrong. Stop me at any point if I'm wrong. And profit is the ultimate goal of any corporation. Okay, it's not about love. It's not about compassion. It's not about giving things away. It's not about helping people. It's about profit. That's it. So when you realize that the government is a corporation, and just about everything is a corporation, you're a corporation, and when you die, you become a corpse. That's why corporation. So when you see the system, and the system has many you see, what most of us don't think about or realize is that the system basically controls and owns everything. So the system runs everything. So the darkness is the system. So the darkness knows exactly how to manipulate everything that is out there. So I'll give you, for instance, the system owns a government. The government is also one part of the system. The system owns corporations. So take, for instance, a pharmaceutical industry. The system owns that, right? So it owns that, and everything that it owns, like the bank, the system owns the bank, the system owns like everything. So when you realize that the darkness, the system owns everything, then everything that it is pushing is going to be what the system wants, which is profit. And sometimes the system wants to do things to cause disruption. And it wants to stop you from ever understanding that what it's doing is wrong. So, for instance, the system creates food. Food has been manipulated and hijacked, so it's now Monsanto food. Again, a corporation that's hijacked it from the system. The system owns the corporation which hijacks food. The system owns religion. Oh yes. And religion is corporations, profit, all money. It's not about God. God doesn't ask for money. Hey, you need money. We need money. No, God doesn't need money. You need money. Your corporation needs money. So you realize that all of these companies are owned by the same corporation, the global corporation. In every single country, it owns every single bank. So, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So where I'm going with this is that if you owned all these corporations, you're going to be looking at all these corporations to manipulate the market and to manipulate people to believing that your stock is the best stock, that your product is the best product. Makes sense, right? Well, it's all about profit, so that's all you're bothered about. So if anybody comes along and says, hey, I've got the answer to curing cancer, which is called the blushwood fruit, that kills cancer in 24 hours if it's injected into the cancer itself, you're going to go, oh my God, and then stop it. Now, how do you stop that if you're the system? Well, you control the clinics. You control all of the scientists. So you tell them to do a study on that because there's a cry out from the world, common flies and ants, who say, hey, look over there, that woman's just been cured. And it's on national TV. We have to stop that quickly. Stop that. And okay, yeah, we're having a look at this. And actually, what they do is they keep looking at it and keep telling you they're studying it, but they'll give you any excuse, just like what's happening now. They give you any excuse to make you believe something. So the excuse for the blushwood fruit is that, oh, we're not sure about this because the side effects of fruit could be dangerous. Okay, so you know it's madness, but they have to find an answer to stop the cure for cancer, because the cure for cancer would actually ruin the system by trillions of dollars a year. Okay? Because the amount of machines that are used for cancer, for radiation and chemotherapy, which basically, if you ask anybody, this is fact, those treatments actually kill more people than the cancer itself. Work that one out if you can. But any sign of alternative, real cure, is suppressed because the darkness that controls everything sees that as enemy number one, because it's a company that is trying to make profit. If you come along with a fruit and say, hey, this cures this cancer that's inside my skin, and it just inject it and it kills it in 24 hours, you've now lost your business. You've lost all the employees that make you trillions, and all of those people are going out selling these things that are not natural. So that's one aspect of it. Let's go to another aspect of all of this, and that is what has been suppressed from humanity. And that is the knowledge, the conversation of the human anatomy, the body, the temple. You will never hear this, or if you do, it's on quiet. But the system will never tell you this, and that is that most illnesses, the human body, I would say 90% of most illnesses, the human body, your bloody amazing, powerful temple, if in good health and you are eating correctly and looking after your body with fruit and vegetables and all Mother Earth's natural organic fruit and vegetables and seeds and nuts and herbs and roots, if you are looking after your body in that way, your body will 90% of the time, if not 95%, I think Don Tom will probably say 98%, will heal itself within a space of 3 to 7 days. I'll repeat that one more time. If you have an illness and you eat healthy and cleanse your body and drink fresh water without it being contaminated by all the poisons that they put in there to make you poorly, if you drink spring water and flush your body out, your body is the most powerful medicine is the most powerful doctor, is the most powerful alternative healer in the world. Oh yeah, you'll fix yourself. Your body will fix itself. Now, you're not going to hear that. Now, that, in the eyes of darkness, is the worst thing. It's the most dangerous thing to the darkness. And the reason why is darkness wants you to believe that you are not good enough. It wants, you see, you've got to think about this. If there is good and evil, evil is going to trick you with everything it can. Right? Now, ask this question. Do you think I'm lying when I say to you, your body heals itself every single moment of every day, from viruses, from illnesses, from anything that could contaminate your body? Your body is constantly fixing itself. It's working every day to heal itself. And most of the time, it's under stress and duress because of what you're looking at, the pain and suffering, and because of what you've intaked and felt with non-foods. Right? So when you have a stomachache, that's because you're eating the wrong bread, the wrong food. You're drinking milk. You're eating heavy meats that are filled with poisons. You might be eating pork. That pork has terrible parasites. Those parasites go into the stomach, they go into the brain. And then when them parasites start to have a poo, that's toxic. And that toxic then starts to send you crazy. So you start to feel depressed and don't know why you feel so bad. You feel terrible. All of those bad feelings is not that you're feeling bad. It's just that you've got toxicity in your body. Nobody's going to tell you that because they want you to eat meat. Because guess who owns the meat companies? The darkness. The same people who own the corporations of the banks. The same people who own the corporations of all the GMO companies. All of those farms that are all GMO non-foods. That everything on the shelf in your supermarket is non-foods. Do you see how this is working? Do you see how dark and infiltrated our life has become? We've been hoodwinked. We've been hijacked. We've been duped. We've been hypnotized. We've been voodoo spelled. We are actually living in an experiment. And those that are in that darkness who create this don't take vaccines. They don't eat non-foods from the shelves that you eat. They eat natural, healthy food. You see, they don't run to the pharmacy. They have natural people who help them with alternative fruit and vegetables and health and seeds. So they don't do what they're telling you to do. So they don't obey laws because they create the laws. So they don't obey them because they're the creators of them. And they know that the laws isn't for them because they're on their yachts and they're in their own islands and they live a life that you could never imagine. It's ultimate freedom because they create the laws that suppress you, that make their corporations even bigger. My God, what a great idea, says darkness. Let's shut all the small businesses down so our corporations are the only ones left in existence. Let's make them laws so bad that Mr. Bajerski is going to struggle to send his products anyway because we'll stop them. But our companies that we own, our corporations like Amazon, are free to do what they want. Are you getting it yet? We're all being duped in every way, shape and form. And you know, when I woke up to this and I saw this, it was the most shocking moment of my life. In many ways, one of the ways were, how could I have not seen this? Then the shame and the embarrassment that I had to look at myself and say to everybody, I've been hoodwinked, I've been duped, I've been in a brainwash spell, a matrix, whatever you want to call it, but this is all a lie. And people laughed at me. They laugh at me to this day. When I started doing this 20 years, they were laughing at me. And I was pointing things out. And then I realized the human psyche is so brainwashed that Even if you say to them that this is going to happen, when it happens, they won't acknowledge it and say, oh yeah, you were right. It's not there. So I realized I'm wasting my energy expressing myself, but all I can do is my best. So I don't take things personally, because 38 years of my life chasing my tail, I was exactly the same. Who am I to moan, pee and scream and piss and shout? Sorry for the swear words, but it's true. Who am I? I was as bad. I did all those things. I ate meat. I followed the system. I did everything what they told me to do. I'm just as bad. Okay, not as bad as many people, but I still did things that wasn't right. So one of the hardest things is to, forgive yourself for what you didn't see, and be proud of yourself that you've woken up from this hypnosis, this UFO type of, I'm awake now. I can see what's going on around me. I was literally yesterday sat down, and this beautiful lady came up to me, who I know and I love very much, and her and her partner are beautiful souls. And I said, how's your daughter, knowing that she had cancer a while ago? Well, she's okay, but she had the 2 jabs, the 2 vaccines. And she turned really angry. And she says, I knew we shouldn't have done it. Thus, the program is so deep. That says everything. Your heart, your whisper keeps whispering to you. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is very wrong. But the programming is so immense, so powerful, so brainwashing, and so constant, and so battering, and so fear-mongering, that the brain goes into a mode that is so powerful that the only thing you hear is the brain. You follow instructions of the brain. And 20 years ago, I pulled back from that. And I remember meditating. And it was by my tree on here, beautiful 400-500 year olive tree that I sat with most nights after healing 5, 10, 15, depending how busy I was that day. And I was, seriously? What is this all about? And I recall the energy that came through, and it was just a few words, and it says, the greatest battle humanity will ever have is between the heart and mind. And that was it. That was my expression. That was my phrase from then on. I wrote it in all my books. The biggest battle you'll ever have is between your heart and mind. And if you look back on my first videos when I first started, I used to talk about the battle between the heart and mind. And there was a reason for it. And if you think about that now and think, Mark, you're right, actually. You're right. Because if people would have listened to that and they became stronger in the heart, then they wouldn't be running so fast to get a lottery ticket, right? So you see, I spent my years talking about how to strengthen your heart and listen to your heart. If your heart is strong, it speaks louder. If your heart is weak because your mind is stronger, then all your mind will ever be is a constant foot down on a pedal on the accelerator, and your mind is just, and you know what happens. It burns out and you become depressed, and then you think there's something wrong with you, and actually that was all created deliberately through fear, through knowing. I would suggest that 90% of people get depression because of the non-foods they put in their body, because of what they watch on mainstream media, and because of the programming about how you should live your life. Those 3, to me, the major issues of depression, because your spirit is screaming, saying, this is not what I'm on this earth for. Your body's screaming and saying, this is not food. And your eyes are screaming, saying, this is not what the world should look like. So I'll leave it there today, just for a little food for thought. I wish you well. and make today the first day of the rest of your life. So right now, I'll ask you to do one thing. I'll ask you to look up. Look up. It's good. Look up. And just say, for the next 7 days, I won't worry. I won't look at suffering. I won't fear. I will leave everything to you and I will get on with my beautiful life. I will listen to my body temple and eat only healthy natural foods. Drink only natural waters from springs. I will only work on myself, meditate, sit down, give myself time, put my feet on Mother Earth with my shoes and socks off. I will breathe again and learn how to bring that breath in. I will learn how to clear my energy and respect every second of the day, because my body is now beginning to heal itself, because I am treating my body as a beautiful temple. And that's it. Do that for me right now. And any moment that something tries to sabotage you, tries to bring fear in, look up again and say, I leave everything to you. Just 7 days, that's all I ask. It's not asking a lot, it's just 7 days of your life. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you for going to mountbajerski.com and buying your authentic oils, incense, and crystals that really, really make a difference in my life every day. Take care. Bye for now.